Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whatever time you are watching this. This is Sam Prentice Makes Things Happen. I'm Sam Prentice once again making them happen, and today I'm not in my normal studio, but we are talking about the Tevo Tarantula Pro, or the Homer's Odysseus, which is apparently a new 3D printer by Homer's. Here it is in the background right now. I've been building this over the past couple of days and now in my hotel room, weirdly enough. But hey, you know what? If you're going to have a hotel room, you might as well have a 3D printer. So let's just get straight on into this, shall we? Alrighty then. Okay, so this printer has been built and has been printing in my hotel room for the past week. It was sort of an odd surprise, as I had expected something else and didn't think this would be a full buildable kit. Perhaps there was a language issue, but I had assumed that this would be a 60% built kit, and in the conversations with Homer's, this was mentioned. Having said that, it's been a fun build, and for somebody that's looking to cut their teeth on buying and understanding how 3D printers work and go together, this is a very good starting block. So why is that? Not only is this a good base printer, but it's also upgradable, which is a feature I really like for any company producing FDM or resin style printers. For example, this version is branded as the Pro, and it has a number of upgrades which include trinamic stepper drivers in the form of TNC 2208s, touchscreen Wi-Fi and dual Z access. You can see here that I'm actually pointing out the motherboard at the moment and showing exactly where the drivers would be upgraded to. I was kind of surprised because I did think this was going to be a upgraded board already, but the upgraded board, or the upgraded equipment inside of that I should say, is going to cost you another $100, which I would say is a worthy upgrade, to be honest. And it was the RS printer that I expected, and I had to message Homer's to confirm that I had the correct one for this review. The branding Tevo Tarantula Pro, and I have been told that this is the 2020 version. To be fair, can't see any differences between this and the 2018 model of the Tevo printer. I'll also point out that the photos on the website do make this printer look out of this world. In real life, the printer does look like a beast, and certainly when this printer was going up against the Creality Ender 3, it was a serious contender, and maybe a better printer overall in 2018. I guess where this pushes the limits for me is in its upgradable capacity. Quiet running for me is really just a must right now, and the motors on this do have that annoying whining, which I've avoided on other printers that I've had. But of course the good news is that if you are feeling adventurous, you can upgrade the drivers and have a much quieter printer. On the Ender 3 of course you can't upgrade this because they are fixed drivers. Let's move on. Branding is pre-built, mainboard wires, rest of the kit is DIY. I have enjoyed the process of putting this together without any instructions, and I found it a slight struggle to ensure that I was making the printer that was intended. You'll notice that I look at the laptop every now and again to make sure that it's matching the video on the Homer's website. I've included the knife flipping for your pleasure. So the bottom line here is it any good? Yep, it's really surprised me how versatile this incredibly inexpensive printer is. I found that on Banggood that it's £170, which is a pretty crazy price point. And what I love about this printer is its all-in-one footprint. I hate these side boxes that come with many printers. This is all inside one plastic box, screen on the front, and it's easy to live with. You have to print your own spool holder, which came up really well, using the G-Tech PLA, which I reviewed in my last video. Many of the parts are plastic, so I do wonder what the life cycle of the plastic that is used will last for. But let's be honest here, the printer will print its own upgrades, so let's just get on with that and move on. You won't set the world on fire with a print volume of 235 by 235 by 250, but you will get started in the 3D printed world. And I expect the printer will be your faithful friend, remembering that somebody took the time to really think about a certain market they wanted to hit, and that itself is pretty interesting. Let's address the elephant in the room here. It was Tevo, now it's Homer's. No, not that Homer, and yes, without an apostrophe. I have to stress that I've always loved the look of the Tevo little monster. It's still a printer that I'd pay good money for and to own. Its own mental vision turned into something amazing. And up until the name change, I would have grabbed the Tevo Black Widow and even suggested it over a CR10 as an alternative to my friends. The problem with that, of course, is when you're making suggestions like that, you have to live with the fact that they took your advice. Which isn't necessarily bad advice. I ended up sticking with the Creality brand, and in the end that little monster has always been interesting. It's been well documented that Tevo hit Reddit with some bad press, but let's just take a step back from that and see a company trying to cut their teeth with an incredibly competitive market. So does it matter? Homers are taking a second bite of the cherry here with some very interesting printers. And they're in an emerging market for kit printers that are easily upgradable. Not forgetting, there is a buzzing community reworking and upgrading and creating better ways to print. Here are the basics. It's a Cartesian printer running a Titan Bowden system that does work really well. It's also got a Volcano style hot end. You have to print your own spool, which is installed on the SD card. I like the design of the overall cooling system. It's really well thought out and gives the printer an aggressive look. Anyway, let's see how things are built and print. So please enjoy the video and check out the last part of my video for my full review. And if you wouldn't mind also hitting that like and subscribe button and leave any comments below. So we're back in the hotel room once again. This is my final day in the hotel. And again, we've got the Tarantula Pro behind me here, which has been printing mighty finely during the lockdown in the hotel that I've been experiencing while working as a key member. Go me! So I've just thought I'd just do a quick test cube as well. So I've just been printing this out, and you know, stock. This is a nice printer. I'm still not completely au fait about the name change and stuff, and I'm not sure that I think Tevo, you know, as a brand originally was pretty solid, and I haven't really been able to get to the bottom of why the name change or anything like that. But for £170, you can buy this on Banggood right now. I do think it's a great printer, and I think that, you know, if you're the type of person that's maybe on the fence about 3D printing or wanting to get involved with this in some way but don't want to spend a lot of money, the upgradable aspect to this is certainly you know, the type of thing that I would be looking for. And if you like it, great. If you don't, then, you know, nothing ventured, nothing gained, I guess. But you can print some cool things regardless. Definitely give it a go. If you're looking at a printer, this would be certainly one that I would definitely suggest. So yeah, let me know how you get on. See you soon. Thanks for watching. Cheers.